Tonight on Ctv3 News, police corporal is formally arrested and charged with aggravated assault and harm after checkpoint altercation with transport officer. 5 additional cases of measles confirmed as health ministry urges vaccination. A man from Gales Point is fatally attacked by a pig, and Kurzal family pleads for help devastating fire destroys their home. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, April 28, 2025.
It's the biggest Pro SC card of the year, as 3 titles are at stake. As lightweight champion Marvin Mundo defends his belt against the #1 contender Raheem Lambe, and flyweight champion Jeffrey Martinez faces a hard-hitting Mexican Miguel Garcia Calderon. Plus KO specialist Diego Lopez from Honduras goes toe-to-toe with Kalen Smith from Belize City for the bantamweight belt. There will also be 11 other exciting MMA fights, including a special international female fight as May Blanco from Mexico faces the Nicaraguan Lady Oscarina Lopez in what is sure to be the fight of the night. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP tickets are $100. On Saturday, May 17th, Prophecy Fighting Championship presents Pro FC 60 Martinez versus Garcia, live from the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Santa Elena, Corazon, exclusively on the Express Plus app. It's the biggest Pro SC card of the year, as 3 titles are at stake. As lightweight champion Marvin.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. Belize Electricity Limited. We continue to serve you.
Have you seen Lori?
Check in at the White Lotus, where paradise turns into a playground for the privileged, and every sun-soaked moment is dripping with intrigue. Stream The White Lotus on HBO Max, available with Centaur.
Good evening with your news, also Samokas and Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. The Ministry of Health and Wellness, MOHW, has issued an update regarding the ongoing response to the measles outbreak, which was first identified with 2 confirmed imported cases on April 12, 2025. After the initial diagnosis, 5 additional cases were discovered among individuals who had close contact with the original patients. These new infections linked epidemiologically to the first 2 cases were clinically confirmed between April 9th and April 13th. Following this, 22 individuals connected to schools were identified as contacts of the confirmed cases. Among these, 12 individuals were fully vaccinated, 5 were not vaccinated, and the vaccination status of 4 others remains unclear. The MOHW is actively monitoring those who had close contact with the confirmed cases to ensure any symptoms are swiftly identified and addressed. The ministry continues to implement heightened surveillance measures throughout the nation. To date, 14 samples have been sent to laboratories in Mexico, with all results returning negative. Furthermore, the national vaccination campaign is ongoing, and the MOHW advises the public to get vaccinated if they have not done so. Police are currently investigating the tragic death of 47-year-old Laurent Radchenko, a Canadian national, who was found dead after a fall at the Watermark Hotel in San Pedro on Sunday morning. Preliminary reports indicate that Radchenko fell from the balcony of his third floor room, which he had been staying. Sources close to the investigation revealed that Radchenko spent Saturday evening socializing with guests in his hotel room. According to witnesses, Radchenko's guests departed early Sunday morning, leaving him alone. Security footage from the hotel captured the heartbreaking incident at approximately 7:53 a.m., shortly before Radchenko's body was discovered by hotel staff. The circumstances surrounding the fall are still being examined, and authorities have not yet determined whether foul play was involved.
Information is that Laurent was staying at the hotel for the night. Then his body was discovered in the yard outside of the room. An investigation is being carried out. Several persons have been brought in for interview.
Was he in the company of anyone prior?
Yes, we have information that he was in the company of other persons at the room, but they left sometime during the night.
Had they been drinking?
Yes, that's the information we have. Yes, they had been drinking.
In a statement issued on Sunday, the Watermark Hotel expressed its condolences to Radchenko's family and friends. The hotel emphasized the importance of emotional health and overall well-being, stating, "We believe it's important to acknowledge that emotional health is an essential part of overall well-being." They also committed to cooperating fully with local authorities as they investigate the events leading to the tragedy. As investigations continue, police are appealing to anyone who may have information about the incident to come forward. A shocking and tragic incident occurred yesterday afternoon in Gales Point when a man was fatally attacked by a pig on his own property. The event, which has left the local community in disbelief, unfolded shortly after a group of pigs wandered onto the man's yard. Witnesses report that the man, later identified as Anton Endruin, attempted to chase the intruding pigs away. However, one of the animals suddenly turned aggressive, biting him on the leg and severing a major artery. Emergency medical services were immediately called to the scene, but despite the urgent efforts to transport him to the hospital, he succumbed to his injuries before he could receive the necessary medical attention. Authorities were quickly to respond to the situation. In an effort to prevent further danger, the pig responsible for the attack was shot by police and subsequently incinerated.
Again, the matter will be investigated, trying to locate the owner of that pig, but so far, that is all we have at this time.
Would you be able to speak generally in our situation like this? Is there a law or something that governs this type of thing that it's possible the owner of the pig might be in breach it?
Again, an investigation will be carried out, and we will have the results at the end of that investigation.
Is this a wild pig?
The information is that it has an owner, and somehow the pig got loose and was damaging the crops of this person.
On Friday evening, the corporal accused of attacking a transport officer during a checkpoint in Orange Walk was charged for aggravated assault and harm. We understand that the corporal, who was working at the Hattieville police station, was picked up by his peers and brought to the Orange Walk police station, where the charge was levied. The incident took place on Wednesday, April 16th at a routine checkpoint at the entrance of San Pablo. Video footage shows 38-year-old Corporal Eliezer Cobb acting aggressively during the encounter. The officer is heard using profane and threatening language towards the transport officer, who remained composed and professional despite the escalating situation. The altercation reportedly began when the police corporal's wife was stopped at a checkpoint for driving a vehicle with an unauthorized license plate and no valid driver's license. Eyewitnesses reported that as the transport officer attempted to address the issue, the corporal intervened, physically attacking him in a shocking display of aggression. Following the incident, Orange Walk police were called to the scene, and the corporal was subsequently escorted to the Orange Walk police station, where he was released soon after. The transport officer, who is part of the National Transport Department, filed a formal complaint. On Friday, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams spoke about both the criminal and internal case against the officer.
In respect to that matter involving the police in Orange Walk with the transport officer, the Orange Walk police have concluded with the criminal aspect of the investigation, and so the police officer is going to be charged for aggravated assault in line with the new amendment that deals with a person who assaults a public officer was in execution of their duty. So he's going to be charged for that. In respect to the internal aspect of the investigation, that is being dealt with by Professional Standard Branch. They have issued him with a notice of complaint, as I have said to you earlier, and they are just waiting for him to respond to that notice, after which the charges will be levied against him, perhaps for act of prejudice to good order and discipline. So there is where we are with that. As soon as he is charged today with the criminal complaint, he will be placed on interdiction pending the outcome of that particular case.
The Public Service Union is calling for a thorough investigation into the incident, emphasizing that accountability is essential to maintaining public trust in law enforcement and public institutions. We urge the police department to treat this report with the utmost urgency and impartiality, the PSU release indicated. Coming up next, Handmade by Belize exhibition showcases unique artistry and cultural heritage at Banquita's House of Culture. Stay tuned.
It's the biggest pro SC card of the year, as 3 titles are at stake. As lightweight champion Marvin Mundo defends his belt against the #1 contender Raheem Lambe, and flyweight champion Jeffrey Martinez faces a hard-hitting Mexican Miguel Garcia Calderon. Plus KO specialist Diego Lopez from Honduras goes toe-to-toe with Kalen Smith from Belize City for the bantamweight belt. There will also be 11 other exciting MMA fights, including a special international female fight as May Blanco from Mexico faces the Nicaraguan Lady Oscarina Lopez in what is sure to be the fight of the night. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP tickets are $100. On Saturday, May 17th, Prophecy Fighting Championship present Pro FC 60 Martinez versus Garcia, live from the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Santa Elena, Corozal, exclusively on the Express Plus app.
Pro FC 16 is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams, DigiWallet, Corozal Commercial Free Zone, Bellikin Stout.
Attention farmers. The New World screwworm is a serious threat to livestock, pets, wildlife, and humans. It causes yield losses, damages the quality of meat and skins, and can even kill them if left untreated. Check your animals daily. If you see any wounds on them, treat them immediately. Prevention is key. Apply approved healing and fly repellents to the navel of newborn animals after dehorning, ear tagging, or any other practice that leaves wounds on your animals to ensure your animals' well-being. If you notice worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text or WhatsApp 670-7003 or call your nearest Ministry of Agriculture office. And don't forget, never transport or receive animals with injuries. Together, we will prevent the spread of this dangerous disease. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
A family from the Corozal town has been without a home for over a week after a fire completely destroyed their home on Good Friday. Ismael Gonzalez and his wife were at their place of business shortly before midnight on Good Friday when they were informed that their home, located on 18th October Street in Corozal town, was engulfed in flames. By the time the couple rushed home, there was nothing they could do but stand aside and watch as the place they called home for over 2 decades burned to the ground.
Todo que necesitamos para arreglar la casa, todo se quemó.
Okay, todos los de adentro también.
Todo, mueble, cama, todo se quemó. Estufa, refri, tele, todo.
¿Cuánto tiempo tienen ustedes viviendo en esta casa?
27 años.
¿Crecieron a sus hijos ahí?
Sí, ahí vivimos años, sí, ahí crecieron mis hijos. Sí. Yo no podía creer cuando me avisaron que en mi casa ya agarró fuego, yo no puedo creer eso. Y pues estaba vendiendo allá en el parque a las 11 de la noche y dejé a mi cuñada allá cuidando. Y yo digo, pues vamos pues a ver. Ah, estaba lleno, aquí estaban los bomberos, los policías. Ya iba quemado todo. Ujú.
Pero no les han dicho qué fue que causó el fuego.
Pues no, pues yo pienso que alguien le metió fuego, yo pienso, porque nada pasó de electricidad, porque iba a enseñar. Alguien le metió fuego, yo digo. Y no sabemos, no miramos quién fue, qué vamos a hacer.
Since the incident, the family has been staying with family members as they try to rebuild. Tonight, however, they are asking for help to aid in their efforts to get their home back.
Everything went. No stove with a fridge, no clothes, nothing stayed. And I want to someone if they can help me with the building my house, because right now I'm stranded. I need my house to build back again.
Where have you guys been staying?
Anyone who would like to assist the Gonzalez family in their attempts to rebuild their home and recover their belongings can contact them at phone number 666-8097. Police are actively investigating the tragic death of 40-year-old Javier Badal Torres, a Mexican national who suffered a fatal fall while working on Saturday. Torres was attempting to fix zinc sheets on the roof of a 4-story building when disaster struck. Reports indicate that he stepped onto a section of the roof that was weak or unstable, leading to his tragic plunge to the ground. Witnesses reported hearing a loud noise just moments before Torres was found unresponsive at the scene. Emergency officials, along with fellow workers, rushed to provide aid. However, their efforts were in vain. He was pronounced dead shortly afterwards at the Dr. Otto Rodriguez San Pedro Polyclinic. Authorities are investigating the condition of the roofing at the site, examining whether damage or structural instability contributed to the fall, following protocols. Torres's body has been transferred at the Carl Houston Memorial Hospital in Belize City, where a post-mortem examination is scheduled to take place. The Handmade by Belize exhibition was launched by the National Institute of Culture and History, NICH, under the Institute of Creative Arts back in February of this year, with the overall idea of taking a deeper look into the process and appreciation for handmade art forms. The exhibition highlights 26 local artisans from across the country, each with a unique art form which most of them have been doing for many decades. Today, the exhibition was officially opened here in Orange Walk Town at the Banquitas House of Culture. Unlike traditional cultural displays, however, Handmade by Belize showcases each step and all the materials needed to create beautiful works of art.
We have 23 pieces from 26 different artisans all over Belize. Each of them represent different cultures, different traditions, different raw materials. This exhibit is not like different exhibits that you may see. You can also touch these and see where the raw material is transformed into something usable. So we have clay, we have bamboo, jippy japa, we have calabash, and all these are found right here in Belize. So we have different cultures like the Garifuna culture. So we have the drums, we have the headdress, and we have the Jankuna mask. And then we go more up north, and then we have more embroidery patterns. We also have clay that's found more in the Cayo district. And then in villages like Mascal and in Isabella Bank, we have the logwood and the mahogany. So you can see in different places where different raw materials are found, they use that to make, all these different things shown here. So it's a lot. So that's why I want to visit them in their homes, in their natural environment, to find out if they don't have resources, how far do they travel, how much. Maybe that's the reason why their things cost so much, because it takes a lot of money, it takes gas, it takes time. So we want to feature these artisans to develop them professionally. So we want to have other programs. Aside from displaying their works, we want to get them into proper trainings to better their craft and to further move from there. And also for some of the things, we want to encourage them to plant, because after a while of using natural resources, then, it's limited. So we also want to do other programs to, encourage them to give back as well. First, we need to be able to know.
The exhibit, according to Ahara Samuels from the Institute of Creative Arts, seeks to provide viewer with a snapshot of who we are as Belizeans from the north to the deep south.
First, we need to be able to know who we are and where we come from. So it's very important that we touch base with these first round of 26 artisans, but we want to grow. So in each district that we visit, like Corozal, we encourage more artisans to come out. Let us know what you do. We get your contact information, and for any programs, for any pop-up shops, for anything that you're doing, or you need assistance with something, we want to be there to support them, because this is their livelihood, and it's also what makes us Belizeans. So the artisan we have here in Arinjuak is Mr. Susana Blanco, and he mainly deals with the carvings, the wood carvings. So that's coconut, he uses kuhun, granade, and different carvings that he has been doing, for maybe 3-4 decades. Moving more up north in Corozal, we have the embroidery as well, and the turner stitch that is also done in Arinjuak and in Corozal.
For Susana Blanca from the village of August Pine Ridge, having his life's work on display along with works from across the country is a highlight for his extensive journey as an artisan.
Me siento orgulloso. Porque es un trabajo muy bonito, y a veces uno puede pensar, viendo el material, pues no va a estar bonito, pero ya cuando uno se pone a trabajar, a practicar, a ver qué sale, yo lo que hago primero, lo empiezo a hacer con la máquina, con lijas, para ver qué me sale. Cuando ya va el tono, cuando ya terminó, veo el tono que sale, me gusta mucho, pues sale un color muy bonito y salen diferentes colores. Y es eso que me ha gustado mucho.
¿Qué le diría usted a las personas más jóvenes, que están viniendo, que están interesados en artesanía?
Pues yo les diría que si ellos quieren aprender, pues yo estoy disponible para hacer eso, porque lo he hecho en diferentes partes de acá de Belice, aquí en el colegio de Arinjuak, que he ido en La Inmaculada, ya fui en Credit Union para las personas, y por mi área La Manay, ya fui en La Manay, Rancho Dolores, San José, diferentes puestos de escuelas, San Felipe, todo eso, y especialmente en mi aldea Pine Ridge. Cada año me traen los estudiantes y yo me gusta, porque eso va a continuar. Así que es algo que me ha gustado mucho y estoy disponible para ello ahorita que tengo la energía, la salud, que lo puedo hacer.
The Handmade by Belize exhibit will remain open at the Banquita's House of Culture until May 8. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
It's the biggest pro SC card of the year, as 3 titles are at stake. As lightweight champion Marvin Mundo defends his belt against the #1 contender Raheem Lambe, and flyweight champion Jeffrey Martinez faces a hard-hitting Mexican Miguel Garcia Calderon. Plus KO specialist Diego Lopez from Honduras goes toe-to-toe with Kalen Smith from Belize City for the bantamweight belt. There will also be 11 other exciting MMA fights, including a special international female fight as May Blanco from Mexico faces the Nicaraguan Lady Oscarina Lopez in what is sure to be the fight of the night. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP tickets are $100. On Saturday, May 17th, Prophecy Fighting Championship presents Pro FC 60 Martinez versus Garcia, live from the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Santa Elena, Corozal, exclusively on the Express Plus app.
Pro FC 16 is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams, DigiWallet, Corozal Commercial Free Zone, Bellikin Stout.
The Honorable Jose Abelardo May, Minister of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise for Belize, is in San Salvador this week, chairing a pivotal regional meeting of agriculture ministers from Central America, Mexico, and the Dominican Republic. Organized by the International Regional Committee of Ministers of Agriculture, CIRSA, and the International Regional Organization for Plant and Animal Health, OIRSA, the gathering aims to confront the pressing challenges posed by the New World screwworm. During the meeting, representatives from 9 OIRSA member countries are sharing insights and updates on their respective screwworm management programs, emphasizing both successes and the hurdles encountered during implementation. Minister Mai, who currently serves as the chair of the CIRSA group, is leading discussions on strategies to fortify regional efforts in controlling the NWS, which has emerged as a significant threat to livestock and public health. In his presentation, Minister Mai reported that Belize has detected a total of 63 NWS cases since the first instance was recorded on December 26, 2024. Notably, all cases occurred without the release of sterile flies, a common control method. Despite the challenges, he stated that the northern regions remain largely unaffected, with 0 cases reported in the Corozal district and only 2 in the Orange Walk district. Moreover, Belize has not witnessed any human infections, contrasting sharply with Nicaragua, which has confirmed 94 human cases linked to the infestation. While Belize's relatively low case counts of 63 is concerning, Nicaragua leads the region dramatically with a staggering 121,177 cases. Other countries like Panama, Costa Rica, and Honduras also report numerous incidents, while El Salvador has identified 1,171 cases, mostly among pets. Minister Maya attributed Belize's success in managing the NWS to strategic planning and effective on-ground initiatives spearheaded by the Belize Agricultural Health Authority, BAHA. With robust support from the Ministry of Agriculture, the Belize Livestock Producers Association, BLPA, OIRSA, USDA, APHIS, and the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agricultural, IICA, Belize seeks to enhance its collaborative approach as it pursues funding for a broader eradication program. Accompanying Minister May in San Salvador are Chief Executive Officer Servulo Baiza, Senior Advisor and Chairman of Belize's National Screwworm Coordinator Committee, Hugh O'Brien, and OIRSA Country Representative Fermin Blanco. Today, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio spoke with Prime Minister John Bressenia to reaffirm the strength of the U.S.-Belize partnership and to offer congratulations to his re-election on March 12th. Secretary Rubio commended Belize's efforts in addressing illegal immigration, supporting security operations in Haiti, and combating transnational organized crime. During the call, the two leaders discussed trade tariffs, regional security, and Belize's continued engagement with the International Court of Justice (ICJ). Secretary Rubio expressed appreciation for Belize's role in the Multinational Security Support (MSS) mission in Haiti and acknowledged the country's regional leadership. The call concluded with both leaders expressing their commitment to deepen the strong and cooperative relationship between the United States and Belize. Honorable Oscar Mira, Minister of National Defense and Border Security, continued his countrywide tour of military installations with a visit to the Belize Coast Guard's southernmost forward operating base FOB at Hunting Key on Saturday, April 26th. Strategically located within the Sapo de la Keys Marine Reserve at the southernmost tip of the Belize Barrier Reef, the Hunting Key FOB plays a critical role in enforcing national maritime laws, ensuring the safety of life at sea, conducting vessel inspections, and protecting Belize's marine resources in the south. During the visit, Minister Mira received a capability briefing from the sector commander and observed an interoperability demonstration between the Coast Guard drone squadron and the First Fleet, showcasing coordination in maritime security and search and rescue operations. He was accompanied by the Commandant of the Belize Coast Guard, Rear Admiral Elton Bennett. And that's the news. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, April 29th here on Ctv3 News and Faith FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3believenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page recording stories at facebook.com/ctv3believenews or our YouTube channel at ctv3 News BZ. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.